Shall we begin? Let's begin now.
Hi, Steve Chader, and I'm here to talk to you about Focus on Success. And people have asked me, first of all, what is Focus on Success? And Focus on Success, quite simply, is a group of people that come together with the premise that this is the place for people who want more. More what? More life, more business, more money, more time, more quality of life. Whatever it is, we don't define what more is. We just have a group of people who are saying, I want more in my life. And so we call that success. What would you tell somebody else about why they should come to Focus on Success?
That you teach about building wealth, earning passive income.
Right.
And those are huge and important things to focus.
Is that different for you?
No, not really.
Was that something that you weren't focused on before?
Yeah, it just wasn't really on my radar. It just wasn't on my radar, and now it definitely is.
Cool.
Because the thing is, what you're talking about is you want to do this so that you have enough money.
Yeah.
So that when you get ready to retire or slow down, that you can spend time with family, travel, give back to the community.
Want you to have financial freedom.
Absolutely, and those things are all really attractive to me, obviously. So.
Yeah, that's awesome. Susie, thanks for sharing.
You're welcome.
Okay.
So what I love about Focus on Success is that it has given me, it's been an eye-opening experience for me, because what I've realized is that in the last 17 years that I've done real estate, really in the last 10, what I've been doing is exactly the same thing over and over again. And so hitting that ceiling of achievement. So it's really helped me open my eyes to the fact that I need to be better at what I'm doing and more strategic and more on purpose.
So give me an example of how you move past that ceiling.
So for me, it's been, my income level has stayed pretty much the same because I've been doing the same things. And so what it's challenged me to do is figure out maybe what that next step looks like for me, and what I can do differently, and how I can commit to some self-mastery. So as you know, I've taken a step out of production now and working on as a team leader at Keller Williams Integrity First. So getting out of my comfort zone, learning new skills, and pushing myself to be better in lots of different areas.
Wow, that's awesome. That's awesome.
So I would say Focus on Success.
It's not easy, is it though?
No, it's not. And Focus on Success has really started me down that path, just helping me really do some internal auditing on what's happening with myself, my business. It's true, what I found was that I just didn't have quite the burning in my gut to do what I've been always been doing.
Right.
And so I felt
17 years was enough?
17 years was enough. And so I felt like I needed to just really push myself and do something different and learn some new skills.
Awesome.
And maybe put to use what I've done for 17 years for another purpose.
Yeah, and now you're helping other people too.
Yeah.
So why do you come? What's in it for you? What have you gotten out of it?
Well, with me and Gary, the conversations that we've had about Focus on Success is,
so you're teamed with
I'm
Gary
teamed
Smith.
with Gary Smith. He's my father-in-law. We started the business together middle of 2015. And the conversation is we have to take time for our business. Instead of taking time in the business, we have to take the time to work on the business. Because me and him get very, very focused on just helping the clients.
Right.
And then we realized 6 months down the road that we didn't do anything to work on building the business for next year.
Right.
So it's given us a place to go just to figure out how we can take our business to the next level. Yeah.
So do you have a specific example of that? Of what you've done?
I think it's just the way that we're thinking about our business. Is the main thing that I get from Focus on Success is I think differently. Every time I leave, I have these bullet points of things that I need to do or think about or just put into action with the people around me.
And you're kind of that doer guy. You just take action. Tell me what to do. I'm going to get it done.
Right. I have a list. I'll get it done. Yeah.
Right.
I make small lists for that very reason. So I don't have. I'm not someone that's going to go and do 15 things. It's okay. What's the one or two things I need to do today?
Right.
Yeah.
So tell me, how has it changed your business?
Well, we went from. I think that when Gary was single agent, kind of on his own, but we've doubled business since then. In the last 3 years, we have put together a plan for the future. We put together a plan for the future of the business, where we want to go. We make sure to plan, but also just think, I think the biggest thing is deciding what we want through Focus on Success, and that's what's really helped us a lot.
So tell me about what it's done for you, for your commitment to.
Well, I would say for sure it's mindset. For sure it's about thinking bigger. I loved your goal, which was $10,000 a month to give away. I'm like, that's a good, that helped me think bigger. So it was, just those little things, it's sometimes just a little nugget of something that switches what I was thinking to something bigger. I love the fact of our vulnerability of not always having to have the right answers. Maybe I learned the most probably from failure, although I don't want to go there. Right. But I learned from failure, and especially when somebody else expresses their failure in a setting that's safe, yet you're being vulnerable when you're talking about your failures.
Right. So do you have a specific example or something that's happened in your life or in your business because you've been at Focus on Success? I did, or I accomplished, or this happened.
For sure. John Canfield.
Oh, the Success Principles.
That was the best book. So one of them was to put cards, like your dreams on cards, just triggers, right? The other day I look and at least more than half is done. And so that was something, and one of the steps on that was to have everything automatic. But I did meet with my advisor at that time and set up all of our Roths and everything on automatic. And so now, and my goal is to contribute the maximum amount.
Right.
So we've done that ever since then.
Tell me about Focus on Success. Why do you come?
Why do I come
for you?
Well, as you say, it's a place for people that want more. And in my opinion, you shouldn't come to Focus on Success if you don't want more. If you don't want more organization in your life, if you don't want big goals to achieve and work towards and be taught how to get there, and just the overall support from all the industry leaders it's purely invaluable. I think one of the biggest things I get out of Focus on Success is not just the industry leaders, the amazing leaders that show up, and you set up some really fantastic people. Our industry is, as Bob Dylan would say, times they're a-changing, right?
Yeah.
So it keeps us on the cutting edge of knowing what's going on in our industry and how we can, combat it or create bigger and better value of what we provide.
One thing I liked about Focus on Success, it was like, okay, you want more of what? And I want more of everything. I want more family time. I want more business. I want to be more. I want to feel more. So I want more vacation time. And so I love this because it allows all that.
Right, and we call it the place where people want more.
Yeah.
We just don't define what it is.
Right.
Right. Awesome. So give me a specific example of more for you.
Okay, so I'm 55, and it's time to really get serious. And so my husband and I are very focused on, we're knocking off all our real estate. And so because of this, it's given us that definite big focus that we are just throwing money to get the real estate paid off.
Okay, so and that was your goal.
That's
you
our
want to
goal.
be completely debt-free, you want to have free and clear properties, and that's your financial independence strategy.
Right, which I think a lot is hanging out with you. That's going to your whole seminars, and it's going to things that make us like, wow, once we do that, it opens up so many more opportunities for us.
Right. That's cool. So what would you tell somebody else?
It's great for me to just calm down and relax for a minute and think big, because if I didn't take that opportunity on Mondays, I would just be running. And so I wouldn't be able to articulate or be more focused and be more successful.
You have such a heart for your clients, and you'll do everything for your clients. And by the way, that's what most successful real estate agents do. Now you've got this successful team going and growing and getting bigger. Tell me about that.
I'm in business with my family, and so it gives you a different perspective when you're working with your family and almost what you want to leave behind. The kids, my son-in-law Brandon and my son Gary and my daughter Jessica, they're all looking to support retirement. I look at it as, I don't know. I mean, this industry, look at you. When is retirement?
Yeah, right.
I don't want to.
You're talking about my gray hairs?
But
how does it feel that your business has now grown big enough to support all of these members of your family, not just you?
No, it's definitely pretty incredible. More than that is to see my son flourishing. First off, in something that I never thought he'd be interested in.
Right.
And then to actually listen to him and see the decisions he's making, the questions he's asking me, he's answering them as he asks them. And I just sit back and wait, and he's doing everything right. In other words, I've found that he has been listening over the years.
Right. That's exciting. So what would you tell somebody else? Why should they go to Focus on Success?
You know what? If you don't feel like you know everything, definitely come. It's a great environment. People are sharing their ideas all the time. And for some people, it's a great thing. They have, they have a drive. They know what they want to do, and they go out there and do it, and they'll fail faster. For those people that are afraid to fail and understand that that's a good thing to fail because you're going to fail forward, this will teach you how to get there faster and not be fearful of it.
Right.
And for a lot of people, they're not fear of success, they're fear of failure. And the success will come. It's not going to happen overnight, I'll tell you that. There is no silver bullet. But every book we read, every video we watch, every discussion we have leaves a little tidbit for that next portion of success.
Awesome.